Number 1. Extraordinary You. Extraordinary You starts out as any other normal high school life ever. We follow the unfortunate life of Dano, a daughter of a chaebol family who is suffering from heart disease, and a bastard boyfriend/fiancé who treats her like nothing. Dano gradually finds her life to be a part of a fantasy comic, where she is only a side character, and is motivated to make a change for herself.
아무것도 안 바뀐다면서요. 근데 분명히 내가 본 거랑 만화 속에 그려진 게 다르다고요. 이렇게 바뀌다 보면 엑스트라 탈출도 가능한 거 아니에요?
The romance blooms when she stumbles across another extra character, known solely as Number 13, later named Haru by Dano. This youth love story has garnered a wealth of supporters from overseas with its captivating premise. A fictional character fighting for her life against the will of the author. What could get better than that? Moreover, the love pairing between Dano and Haru is what makes your watch worthwhile. The comic element incorporated through the series not only makes this journey motivational, but entertaining to watch. However, things didn't look bright for this drama in its home stage, with ratings averaging at 3.2%. For a free channel like NBC, such tune-in may be considered a failure, which is honestly a sad reception for such a good series. Still, Extraordinary You was up against When the Camellia Blooms in the rating wars, so let's just call it a case of strong competition. Number 2. True Beauty. True Beauty is definitely one of the gems of K-drama land in 2021. A 16-episode high school drama has taken the world by storm and risen to overseas stardom in the course of its broadcast. There was a time when #Team Suho and #Team Sojun were all over the net, speaking volumes of just how popular this series was. While the premise is surprisingly simple, True Beauty did bring a message of self-esteem and social acceptance, something which the leads embody throughout the series. It revolves around the female lead Im Joo-kyung, who endured bullying at school because of her ugly appearance, discovered the art of makeup, and had the chance to start fresh at a new school. Yet the ghost of her past haunted her and made her insecure, until she received love and learned to also love herself. True Beauty is a heavy-free, simple series to enjoy. Also, the storyline itself is nothing new, and the series delivered great humor and heart. In a sense, True Beauty is like old meets new. It has a classic plot of ugly normal girl and Prince Charming in a classic love triangle, face-to-face with newer elements like an actually non-arrogant male lead and an unconventional couple by the side. The characters also seem to have walked straight out of the original webtoon, with a stellar cast consisting of the handsome Cha Eun-woo and Hwang In-yup and the downright gorgeous Moo Ga-young. A sprinkle of romance, friend feud, and bromance, it was an old and simple recipe for success. Painfully though, K-nuts aren't easy to please. With an overall rating of 3.7% on free TV, the series just fell short in its home country. Korean netizens yawned over the story development, saying it is just Joo-kyung crazed after by all the men. They also called the drama cringe, saying that we no longer need series like this in this day and age. Number 3. Welcome to Waikiki. To many audience members, Welcome to Waikiki has always been the go-to series for laughs. And if you're a K-drama fan, chances are you've watched at least some scenes of the series. The drama centers around 3 men who are still at a loss with life, running a hostel together for their dreams and yet still struggling to make ends meet. Things take a turn when they meet a mysterious single mother and her baby at a guest house room, and decide to take up child rearing to support them. And of course, as we all expected, hilarity ensued, and the 3 get into ironic situations literally all the time. But the show is not for laughs only. It digs into everyone's hardship. From a mother trying to make ends meet in the workplace, or artists in the field having to do everything imaginable to climb their way up in the industry. Each struggle with their own personal issues, all told in a light tone, a brilliant way of delivering messages without ruining the fun. However, international fame aside, Welcome to Waikiki cannot be said to be a success in its home nation. None of its cast gained much fame from the series, and Waikiki's average ratings were as low as 1.8%. Some episodes even saw ratings drop as low as 1%, and even being aired on a cable channel doesn't excuse such numbers. Still, the international audience can be said to have saved the drama. The blend between comedy and life problems fit right into the international book, and massive popularity overseas had led to a sequel, and even a remake in another country. Number 4. Nevertheless. Nevertheless is the next victim to this radically different treatment in and outside of Korea. Internationally, the series has been showered with applause as one of its kind, and touched upon relationships in radical ways. And it did. The story of no strings attached between the heartbroken Yoo Na-bi and the player Park Jae-on takes a different approach from the traditional love story, and dips into a more Western-styled fling favored by Western audiences. Not only that, the series also included in-depth queer romance that is not brief or shallow. The girl-girl romance between Sol and Ji-won is genuinely heartwarming and soul-soothing. For some, they overshadow the push and pull of the main couple. Plotlines aside, the series also garnered a ton of anticipation before airing with its star-studded cast. Song Kang, being total eye candy with a killer body, promised the audience a run for their money as an all-kill boy. A part of the lineup is also the rising star from The World of the Married, Han So-hee. Lauded by the fans for her acting chops as the homewrecker and audacious Yo Da-kyung, her brand new image as a calm and rational university student promised to add versatility to her acting repertoire. Much as the series was hyped up pre-airing and well-received by international fans, K-Nuts are a tough crowd to please. A 19+ label means nothing if the acting falls flat. They criticized Song Kang's acting to be webtoon level, although having been praised for previous performances. Han So-hee was no different when she came into criticism for her inaudible speech. Despite the hype from publicity, the drama hit started only at a meager 2% viewership, dropping to 1.7% in the finale. This destroyed JTBC's successful streak with mega hits like Law School and The World of the Married for well-developed plotlines and undeniable acting chops. Some Koreans did counter that for these type of dramas, people turn to streaming platforms instead of the classic TV, so maybe that's the reason for nevertheless a sad performance. Number 5. Tempted. MBC and dangerous love games are usually the combinations for an audience magnet. Yet, Tempted proved to do the impossible as it reached an all-time low at an average national viewership of 2.2%. One of the main attacks of the show is the lack of seasoned acting skills from the cast, with Red Velvet's Joy as the main target. K-Nuts fired some of the crudest and most cruel criticism at the idol actress for her bad and cringe acting, which, according to them, made the badly written and shallow plot way more obvious. A sinking ship in domestic water, can the series cross the ocean to other lands? Strangely, yes. Although the drama had its flaws, it takes on a compelling premise of mind games and string pullings that is brutal, but nonetheless captivating. For this reason, many international fans, who aren't fed up with idol-turned-actors, can actually enjoy and immerse themselves in the plot. It follows a wealthy and playful group of friends, Choi Soo-ji, Kwon Si-hyun, and Lee Se-ju. The game they play to kill time can do real damage than just for fun. However, not everything will go according to calculation. Things take a turn as Si-hyun and Tae-hee fall for each other, which only started out as a loyalty test. Because of this, Tempted stands out as one of the most divisive K-dramas when it comes to reception from international versus domestic audiences. Number 6. Doom at Your Service. Ironically enough, Doom at Your Service seems to have foreshadowed its own fate in South Korea with its own title. The series starts out on a somber note we can't help but sympathize for. It started with the female lead Tak Dong-kyung having a terrible day, where she found out that her boyfriend was married, her ex-boyfriend was a creepy stalker, and that she was about to die due to a brain disease. Upset, she wished for the destruction of the world. And thus came face to face with the supernatural being 멸망, whose entire being means destruction. An interesting and potentially tear-jerking storyline, and yet the series' reception wasn't quite favorable. In fact, it started at just over 4%, but people eventually lost interest and the number dropped to 2.3% at the end of the series. In contrast, international fans had welcomed Doom at Your Service with open arms. For them, the chemistry and dramatic love story between Dong-kyung and 멸망 were just the absolute best, with soft, fluffy romance, fun bickering, and a tragic backstory. The side couple was also extremely enjoyable to watch, and this was one case where you did not have to suffer from second lead syndrome. So there you have it. Doomed in the domestic market doesn't mean a total failure. Non-Koreans and Koreans just may have vastly different tastes, and in the end, we all have our own personal preferences. Did you enjoy all of these dramas, or know of similar cases? Let us know in the comment section. And if you want more videos like this, like, share, and subscribe to Kdrama. We'll come back soon. See ya!